What's up YouTube, and welcome back to the DIY Beard. My name's Jez and I'm the man behind the beard, and in today's episode we're going to be getting rid of this absolute nasty tail tidy. So roll the intro and let's get this garage clean. So welcome back to episode 5 of the bolt build, and for those that are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. We do get new content out to you at least every 2 weeks. Currently we're managing every week, so that's absolutely fantastic. But let's see what we've got planned for today. So like I said, we're going to be looking to get rid of that absolutely god awful tail tidy. Now actually, to be fair, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's massive and not really bobber-esque, if you will. So what we're actually going to be replacing it with is what should be a side mount number plate, but I thought the bracket what you usually put your tail light on might make a nice mounting bracket to the rear mudguard. So we're going to see what it's like once we take this off, and hopefully we can just replace it with that. Now as you can see, I've already started to mock it up. I just wanted to see how it would look. We've got some LED lights on there already, just so we can see how we're going to light the number plate up at night, because that's one thing that's a requirement within the UK. Now I will openly admit the bike is absolutely filthy, so I do apologise in advance. I've been commuting to work on it for the past week. It's cold outside, so there's a lot of crap on the roads, a lot of salt, but I just couldn't resist myself. I love riding, so taking a break over winter is not really for me. Before we do start though, check out the new grips. For those that have got me on Instagram, you'll have seen some pictures of my new grips. They are, and I'm probably going to ruin the name, but Biltwell Grips. They are the Talker grips themselves. Reason I didn't show you how to install those is there are hundreds of videos online to show you how to install motorbike grips. They're a quick and easy install, so I didn't want to bore you guys with those, but I didn't want to leave you out and show them either. Right, so let's crack on with this rear end. So, I'm not going to be able to show you too much, so what I might do is I might just put you to one side and then time lapse it with a bit of music over for you. So 2 seconds and we'll get you set up. Okay, first problem we have encountered is there are 2 prongs which come out of the rear of the fender there. Mudguard in the UK, don't know why I keep saying Fender. Now they're spaced slightly, and I mean ever so slightly, further apart than these current holes. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do some modifying to make those slightly bigger and slide over. Now the problem I have is if I drill them out, it's not going to give me much material left on the holes. So what I'm actually thinking about doing is grinding away this section here. Now I'll still have the strength across the middle, but it just allows me enough clearance to get across these 2 prongs here. So let's crack the grinder out, make some sparks, see what we come up with. Now this was only cheap, it was about 12 quid including postage, so if I do ruin it I'm not overly concerned, but it's all a learning curve. So let me get the grinder out and we'll start making some sparks. Okay, so we've got the part fixed in my bench, we've got our trusty grinder. Now I do have goggles on for those that can't see me. Yes, safety first, and yes, you will notice there is no guard. As I said, this is not a how-to. I am fully aware of the dangers, and I am fully aware if this flings into 1,000 pieces, it's probably going to land in my face, but that's my risk. So I will warn you, if you are doing this at home, make sure you've got the guard on and make sure you've got some eye protection. Okay, so as you can see, what we've done is we've notched out the sides here. Now, yes, it isn't the neatest, but it's going to be hidden under the rear mudguard. I will give it a quick touch up with paint just because you can see we've got bare metal on there, and what we don't want to do is we don't want to get to a point where it starts rusting through. Let's go see how we now fit to the rear of the bike. Okay, so it actually fits really well. What I might need to do though is I might need to put some washers on top of the bolts just to give it a bit of a pinch down. So let's get that fixed. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Like I said, I've got to pinch everything up. The reason I've not done it at the moment is I've got to sort the wiring out. So this is the current connector that goes for the lights to illuminate up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to splice these onto it and hope that they work. Now I want to try and keep everything as factory as possible, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this connector off and I'm going to reuse it and I'm going to re-solder that back together. I'm going to try and keep it as neat as possible, and I think that's really important. What I don't want it to do is I don't want it to look like I've bodged it. I want it to look really professional. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that bit of tape and we're going to start soldering these connectors together. Okay, so just before I start soldering, just a little trick that works for me. I know it's very small on camera at the moment. What I like to do is get a pair of grips and pinch the wires together. That way what it does is it holds both wires together. You've got two hands free. That then allows you just to concentrate on soldering while I just throw everything about behind me. You haven't got to worry about holding the wire and soldering at the same time. Now, like I said, again, none of this is a how-to. This is just about what works for me and my top tips. If it works for you, that's great, but do not blame me if it goes wrong. Right guys, for those that are eagle-eyed, you may notice that it is very bright outside, which means that it's actually a new day of trying to get this installed. Couple of issues when we were doing it previously. So we ran out of daylight, which made it incredibly cold outside, so I decided to call it quits. Also, after we got it installed, we blew a fuse, which is why it's unplugged currently. I think it's something to do with these LED bulbs. I don't know whether it's something from the manufacturer or if it's my dodgy wiring. As you can see, I tried to keep the wiring harness as neat as possible, so I'm going to strip that back down and just trace the mistake. I'm going to do that separately, but this gives you the general gist. It gives you the view as to what it's going to look like. What I'll do is I'll pull the bike out in a minute and we'll get you a little bit of a walk around on there as well.